Are you ready for TFT set 8.5? Daddy Zebra damn sure is, because this glitched out set is looking to be kind of interesting, pretty fun. Some cool things are being added, cool heroes, champions are being added, some are being removed that I actually enjoyed, and some new traits and hero augments and whatnot are coming in. One specific champion is here, and he's my favorite. Okay, more on favorite things and favoritism over on thezebracorner.com though. But go ahead and get yourselves strapped in, a little locked in, set that beautiful like button, blaze for me, and subscribe, my friends, and join the Zebra gang, because we got some things to talk about, as well as going ahead and head over to thezebracorner.com, pick up a shirt. It'll be worth your time. I feel it'll be worth your time. I promise. Anyways, video. We have the glitched out set, and right off the bat we have some pretty interesting an interesting thing to go ahead and talk about. We have Shen back, we have Vex back, we have Morgana, Lucian, and we have two different Ezreals, and Sivir is different. But let's just go into the traits. Let's head into the traits. Admin. We already know what admin is. There's nothing really too new about admin besides the fact that my boy, we have Warwick! Warwick is a new admin champion that is in TFT 8.5, and let's just say spoilers. He's one of my favorites, and one of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. Anima Squad. Still Anima Squad. Anima Squad basically has, it literally had nothing changed. We still have Fiddle. Gadgeting, we now have Gnar added on into there. But with the newest, one of the first newer traits being added, we have Infinitine. Infinitine basically, it copies a character. It copies one of your champions, one of your Infinitine champions, of course. The Infinitine opens a portal to an alternate timeline at the start of combat. Any Infinitine unit placed on a portal summons an alternate version of themselves with different items. They get one for each augment you own. So, beginning, if you have 3. At the beginning of the game, you have 1, and then as you go on throughout the rounds, and you gain more augments, your summoned unit will start gaining more and more items, up to 3. So late game, you can have 2. If you have 5, 2 copied units with 3 full items on it. Pretty badass. And that's where we have our ultimate Ezreal. We have Twisted Fate. We have Shin, Sivir, Pantheon returns, as well as Lucian. So, cool beans. Laser Core has Warwick in it as well. We now, pretty much the exact same. We now, though, are able to get all of your units with Laser Core drones at 5. What? So that's pretty badass. Mech Prime, same thing as we remember. We just now have Garen in there. Ox Force now doesn't do attack speed, but is more of a like tanky thing, which I feel like it should have been in the first place. So that's pretty badass. As well as Viego getting added the heart trait. We have Parallel, which works in unison with just the 2 Ezreals. We have Underground. Ezreal learns from his older, more handsome self and joins him in future adventures. Underground Ezreal's spell becomes a blast that hits all enemies in a line, so he does the big shoot through everybody thing that I believe he had in Galaxies? Which one was it? There was one that he shoots a big blast. Ultimate Ezreal spell summons 2 additional temporal duplicates, which we'll talk about later. Riftwalker is another new thing. We have, as you can see, all these different Zacks. These are not actual units. Zac was removed. After you gain these 3, I don't know why it says 4 right here, but you get Jhin, Vex, and Pyke. Put them in, and they summon a Zac. And based on which of these 3 units Zac is closest to, will add that secondary trait. So you can put Zack closer to Pike to get an extra hacker, closer to Jin to get Renegade, and closer to Vex for mascot. So cool beans, pretty simple and easy to explain. Pretty cool. Talia was removed and replaced with Nico, who shoots out a big bouncy frog. So cool beans, but nothing really changes with Star Guardian. Supers are the same. Threats! We have 2 new threats, and that is Aatrox and Morgana, which again, we will get to. And then Underground, I believe is basically the exact same. Yeah, I believe this is exactly the same. I don't think Underground really changed. But next we have classes. Ace, nothing changed here. Aegis, nothing's changed here. Brawler now, as you already saw, has Warwick in it. Defender now has Garen. Duelist now has Twisted Fate. Forecaster is still just Janna. We also lost Civilian, and we lost, what is the other one? Recon. Hacker gained Shin and Pike, and technically Zack. And we lost Zoe. Heart gained Viego, and Pantheon. Cool beans. That actually went over my head. Didn't realize that. Mascot has gained Vex, and of course technically Zack if you put him closer to Vex. Prankster now has Gnar. Quick Draw, a new one. After every 2 damaging ability projectiles, Quick Draw units fire a bonus ability projectile, and that is that basically for every ability shot they shoot an extra one. So Lucian, Misfortune, Ezreal, and Kai'Sa are all in there. Renegade gained Jin and technically Zack, as well as Lucian. Spellslinger gained... Oh! I didn't even know... I've been watching a couple of these games, and I didn't even know that Twisted Fate was a Spellslinger. That's pretty cool. Okay, Twisted Fate is a Spellslinger, as well as Nico. They were both added new. And Sure Shot now has Ashe in it. And the new Sivir, along with Ultimate Ezreal. Now, into the actual champions themselves. These guys we already know. We've seen them. We've been playing with them. But when it comes down to Ultimate Ez, he has alternate Ezrealites, which is a really cool looking spell. Basically, it kind of works like how, I forget his name, but he was one of the sorcerers. He shoots the beams. I forget the fucking name. I feel so stupid. He was in Arcane. He's one of the cool characters. He's a sorcerer. But it basically kind of is like that, except he shoots different blasts from around the screen, the field. Aatrox is the basically new 4-cost tank. And I believe that Ultimate Ezreal is the only new 5-cost that we get. But Aatrox has the ability to turn into the fucking big demon motherfucker and swings his sword around, big dick in it. Apparently he's not meant to do damage. He's supposed to specifically be a tank, but we will figure that out later on. Trying to open up the more champions. What the fuck is going on? Don't know why, but the site literally just froze up on me. But anyways, back in. Garen, he basically does the whole thing from, I believe it was Galaxies, where he sticks the sword to the ground, makes a big AoE blast, and it stuns 2 hexes worth of units. Jin is here, being Jin. Every 4 shot does massive damage. We should already know. Nico, like I already said, throws a frog. Nico throws out her frog at her target. It hops to the nearest enemy 3 times, each dealing magic damage, and then the last hop blows up even more. Twisted Fate has one of the cooler looking new spells as well. He just keeps throwing, he literally just turns into Gambit like a motherfucker and just starts launching cards all over the goddamn place. Pretty badass. Warwick gains Omnivamp by passive. Upon his first takedown, he enters kill mode, granting himself 60% attack speed. causing him to leap to new targets. Warwick attacks his target 6 times, dealing a total of physical damage. If his target dies, he gains 10 mana so that he can, you know, keep casting and not waste those extra swipes. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Gnar just undercuts everybody. Big slash, AoE. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Morgana, not a tank this time. She is a backline unit. When Morgana deals damage to an enemy, she does 40% Sunder and Shreds for 4 seconds. Morgana sends out Dark Bindings toward the 2 closest enemies, dealing magic damage and stunning them for 1.5 seconds. Cool beans, cool stun. Shin has a cool thing where he basically sends out like a kind of like a beam to one of the backline units and basically decides, I'm gonna take the damage that you're taking for you so that you can stay alive because I'm tanky boy, you know? Pretty cool, pretty cool. Vex, I've seen really powerful. Every third cast does some massive damage. She just shoots out a big blast. It's pretty cool. Who else is new? Pyke, oh boy. Pyke was going fucking crazy during the PvE to the point that he had to get nerfed. And because of the Riftwalker thing, they had to take out the loaded dice things. Augment that gives you 3 loaded dice because it was so easy to 3-star Pyke, 3-star Vex, 3-star like a bunch of different units. It was pretty funny to watch. I unfortunately wasn't able to play in the PvE, but you know, to each their own. Anyways, he basically does the whole I think it's Zed, not Zed. Zed? Talon. He does what Talon does. Goes through enemies and then it does a like line of damage on them. Pretty cool. Sivir does the exact same thing as her pizzas, except this time instead of healing, it does damage. So instead of the pizza going to your allies, the pieces of her like blade break off and it hits other enemies. Pretty badass. Lucian doesn't dash around, he just shoots a lot. Cool beans. Cool beans. Pantheon fucking NFL tackles you with his shield, and I personally think that, you know, he's pretty cool. I've seen some of the things that you could do with Pantheon that basically makes it so that he's so goddamn tanky that he just never fucking dies, but he's constantly just tackling, stunning, and healing himself. Pretty goddamn cool. Pretty goddamn cool. I am probably going to use him so fucking much. So much. But one of the things that I feel like is going to confuse the fuck out of me is the fact that Renekton kind of looks as if he's Warwick here now. And I'm going to mix him up with actual Warwick. Because sometimes I don't look at the name. They look way too similar. Way too damn similar. Even though, I could differentiate it because of the color of them. Because, one's a 4, one's a 1. But, I don't know. I'm probably going to have some trouble. But, anyways, that's what we got. The new set comes out tomorrow. And I'm most likely going to be streaming it and playing it like a motherfucker. Because TFT, if you didn't know, I really, really enjoy. But, that's it. That's all. That's it. That was a quick rundown of the new traits, synergies, not synergies, but traits, classes, and champions that are being added. And apparently, recently today, actually, they put out another video saying that they are not going to be doing mid-sets anymore after they hit 10. And now they're going to start having 3 new sets in total, 3 brand new sets per year after 10. So that's pretty cool. And interesting that they would do. Pretty interesting that they would do that. But don't forget, pick up a shirt, zebracorner.com. We all need the support in the world. Thank you. I would appreciate it big time. And yeah, that's it. That's all that I got for you. Daddy Zebra the best on YouTube. Sign the fuck off. Have yourselves a nice rest of your day and a nice juicy, a chickadee, goddamn, a cha, my friends.